In the studio, the anticipation was intense as Jake Tankersley, a country rock phenomenon hailing from Austin, Texas, prepared to take the stage during The Voice Season 26 knockouts. Tankersley is 25 years old. Jake was a star from the moment he joined Team Snoop Dogg during the blind auditions with his rendition of Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey. Jake is known for his unusual blend of raw vocals and poignant narrative, and he has been a standout ever since. Now the stakes were higher than they had ever been before as he competed against Vanessa Lane, a formidable pop vocalist who was also a member of Team Snoop, in a fight for a berth in the live playoffs. An unconventional selection of music. The song that Jake chose to perform for the knockouts was not only adventurous, but also appropriate. Born to Run, which is the iconic anthem of Bruce Springsteen. The classic tune that was performed by the Boss was not a simple task to accomplish, but Jake saw it as the ideal opportunity to demonstrate his vocal range and his outstanding performance skills. It was Snoop Dogg, his coach and the person who had been his biggest champion, who had encouraged him to connect with the crowd and bring forth his raw energy. I chose Born to Run because it is a song about freedom and chasing dreams, which is exactly how I feel right now, Jake stated when they were in the rehearsal process. Snoop has been encouraging me to unleash the storyteller that lies within me, and I am prepared to dedicate everything I have to this endeavor. After first surprising fans with his coaching abilities, Snoop was bursting with excitement about Jake's potential. Jake had the potential to be a great player. Snoop remarked that the individual in question possessed both the soul of a storyteller and the heart of a performer. When Jake sings, you can really feel it in your very bones. The advice that I gave him was, don't just sing the song, live it. I am aware that he is about to offer something that will be remembered forever. The show in question. Jake assumed control of the stage as soon as the first strumming sound of the electric guitar reverberated throughout the recording studio. The audience was immediately drawn in by his rock and roll edge, which he conveyed by wearing a leather jacket, faded trousers, and boots. The stage was created with a backdrop of flickering city lights and a twisting roadway, which exactly complemented the mood of the song, which was about escaping and wishing for something special. Jake began with a deep, soulful tone, singing the signature first lines, which are as follows. During the day, we work ourselves to exhaustion on the streets of a fleeing American dream. From the very beginning, the audience was completely enthralled. He had a gravelly warmth to his voice, which added a new and personal touch to the lyrics while still remaining loyal to Springsteen's essence. During the transition from the verses to the chorus, Jake's vocals reached a new level of intensity that illuminated the entire room. The song goes, "Oh, oh, come take my hand. We're going to run to the land that was promised." It was clear that Jake possesses the ability to strike a balance between power and vulnerability. The performance was not merely a singing of the song. Rather, he was an embodiment of the song, bringing every ounce of emotion into it. As he moved across the stage, connecting with the audience, and even going onto a raised platform during the bridge for a dramatic effect, his stage presence was fascinating. He was a captivating performer. The band was able to match Jake's level of energy, and the performance was elevated to a full-blown rock spectacle with the addition of pounding drums and shouting guitars. At the conclusion of the final chorus, every single member of the crowd was standing up, clapping, and singing along. Jake finished with a victorious high note, holding the final word, "Run," as the lights faded and the crowd exploded into tremendous applause. He did this on the final note of his performance. Reactions as a coach. Without even waiting for the final note to fade away, Snoop Dogg was already on his feet, clapping and yelling Jake's name. Snoop was so proud of himself that he couldn't restrain it when it came time for feedback. As he said with a gleam in his eye, "Man, Jake, you just brought the house down. It's not simply that you sang the song, you actually lived it. I was able to get the impression that I was out on the wide road pursuing my aspirations because of you. Tonight, you demonstrated that you are a star, which is exactly what this competition is all about. Bravo." Additionally, Gwen Stefani, who is known for being a thorough critic, was impressed. She remarked, "Jake, that was absolutely insane. You took a song that is so legendary and so unimpeachable, and you made it your own." The stage presence that you have is quite remarkable. You commanded every square inch of that stage. As for the voice, wow, you show a great deal of passion when you hit those big notes. I am a supporter. Reba McEntire, who is well known for her country music background, expressed her enthusiasm for the song. It was her who told Jake, you have a gift. Through that concert, I was brought back to the reasons why I fell in love with music in the first place. You led us on an adventure, and you had everyone in this room cheering for you the whole time. You are the genuine article. Michael Bublé, who is known for his impeccable manners, continued by saying, Jake, you have this incredible ability to connect with people. Your performance came across as really genuine and unfiltered, and I believe that this is the quality that will propel you to the top of this competition. To your credit, a difficult choice to make. Vanessa Lane, a contender in Jake's knockout, had performed a powerful performance of Adele's Rolling in the Deep, demonstrating her remarkable range and control of the instrument. Jake's performance brought something altogether different to the table, including heart, grit, and a feeling of honesty that really resonated with the crowd. It was a difficult act to follow, but Jake's performance brought something to the table. When it came time for Snoop to make his choice, the coach was clearly conflicted about what he should do. He acknowledged that this was the most challenging aspect of his work. Both of you are fantastic, and I've witnessed a great deal of development in both of you. On the other hand, when it comes down to it, I have no choice but to go with the artist who I believe is prepared to take it to the next level. After an extended pause, Snoop smiled and announced, the artist I'm moving forward with is Jake. Jake was the musician in question. As Jake's face lit up with excitement, the audience burst into cheers throughout the performance. He embraced Vanessa and whispered words of support before going to Snoop, who greeted him with a joyful fist bump. Vanessa was ecstatic to see him. Contemplations following the performance. After the event, Jake commented on the experience with the characteristic humility that he is known for. The words, "I'm just so grateful for this opportunity," came out of his mouth. Without the guidance that Snoop has provided, I would not be where I am now. He has been a wonderful mentor. Because Born to Run is such a powerful song, I wanted to make sure that I did it justice while also adding my own unique spin on it. I'm just happy that folks were able to connect with it. While all was going on, Snoop couldn't bring himself to quit praising Jake. He has it all, voice, stage presence, and heart, he remarked. This character has it all. Jake Tankersley is a name that you are going to be familiar with for a considerable amount of time. Take a look ahead. Due to the fact that Jake has successfully won the knockout, he is now considered to be one of the leading contenders for the live playoffs. There is already a lot of excitement among his followers regarding the possibility that he will make it to the final round, and many of them describe his ability to connect emotionally with his songs as his greatest skill. It was Snoop who said, Jake is a storyteller. When it comes to this game, that is the factor that differentiates the good from the exceptional. What he does next is something that I can't wait to witness. As for Jake, he continues to prioritize the path that lies before of him. He stated, "This is just the beginning of the process. I am prepared to give it everything I have and to make the most of this incredible journey," the speaker said. It is clear that Jake Tankersley is well on his way to becoming a household celebrity, and it is possible that he will be the next winner of The Voice. His performance of Born to Run is a good indication of this. At the same time as Christina, an R&B and soul singer from Atlanta, Georgia, who is 22 years old, was getting ready for her knockout performance, the competition on The Voice Season 26 was heating up. Since the time she joined Team Snoop Dogg at the blind auditions and performed a seductive rendition of Alicia Keys' If I Ain't Got You, Christina has been considered to be one of the leading contenders in the competition. Her ability to emotionally connect with a song, together with her distinctive vocal tone and stage presence, let her stand out from the crowd more than anyone else. Now that she was going to compete against Noel Ramirez, a soulful country crooner who was also a member of her team, Christina needed to provide a performance that would demonstrate that she had what it took to go to the live playoffs. The selection of songs and the strategy. a bold decision that displayed both her vocal range and her ability to communicate genuine emotion. Christina chose "Pick Up Your Feelings" by Jasmine Sullivan for her knockout performance. This choice was a bold one. The song was a daring choice, but Christina was eager to make it her own. It was known for its complicated lines and forceful delivery, and it was difficult for her to sing. The song "Pick Up Your Feelings" is about reclaiming your power, and that is exactly what I'm doing on this stage, Christina remarked while she was performing the song during rehearsals. Snoop has instilled in me the ability to delve deeply and discover the tale that lies behind each and every lyric. Taking ownership of who I am as an artist is the meaning behind this performance. It was Snoop Dogg, a mentor, who expressed his joy over her decision. Christina has that fire coming from her, he remarked. It is without a doubt a difficult song to do, but she possesses the skills necessary to pull it off. I instructed her to bring the attitude, the vocals, and the soul, and I am confident that she will deliver on all of those fronts. The show in question. As soon as Christina walked out onto the platform, the audience was immediately enthralled by her presence. She radiated self-assurance and star power while wearing a glitzy jumpsuit that shimmered beneath the stage lights so that she could be seen by everyone. With a spotlight focused only on her, the set design created an intimate ambience. The backdrop was a dark purple and gold color scheme, and the spotlight was directed solely at her. Beginning with the first few notes of the song, Christina did not waste any time in diving headfirst into the song's strong lyrics. A brand new phone, who on earth is this? / it's as fresh as the whip. The sensuous melody was readily accompanied by her voice, which was silky and deep in texture. Each and every phrase that Christina used was oozing with passion and conviction, and her wording was excellent. Her voice reached new heights by the time she reached the chorus, and the studio was filled with an exhilarating energy as a result. Remember to come and pick up your feelings, and don't forget to come. The audience exploded in cheers as she executed intricate runs with pinpoint accuracy, ensuring that each note landed precisely where it should have. The performance was extremely touching due to her ability to portray both vulnerability and strength through her vocal control, which was nothing short of brilliant. During the bridge, Christina drew the audience to their feet by singing a succession of high notes that were so breathtaking that they left everyone speechless. Her voice was like a blade that slashed through the air. She worked every inch of the stage with a natural ease that belied her young age, and her stage presence was magnetic. Her overall performance was a success. As soon as she reached the final note, she held it with unflinching power, and the audience was already on their feet, cheering and clapping in a standing ovation because of her performance. Reactions as a coach. As Snoop Dogg stood up and applauded with a smile that reached from ear to ear, it was clear that he was moved by the performance. When it came time for feedback, he was unable to contain his praise for the individual. "Christina, you have just set this world on fire," I heard Snoop exclaim. "When you sang the song, you didn't simply sing it, you owned it. You were the one who brought the spirit, the feeling, and the attitude. Straight up, that was a masterclass in learning." In the same vein, Gwen Stefani, who is well known for her strong eye for artistic talent, was impressed. "Christina, that is incredible," she exclaimed. "It was a very courageous decision on your part, and you did an excellent job with it. Your command of the vocal range is really wonderful, and the way in which you connect with the lyrics is simply remarkable. You are a shining light." An admiring comment was made by Reba McEntire, who is widely regarded as the queen of country music. She remarked to Christina, "Christina, you have something that is truly remarkable." That performance was complete in every way: expressiveness, power, and finesse. Every single word that you said made me feel something, and that is what makes you so unforgettable. Michael Bublé, who is known for his amazing singing voice, continued by saying, "Christina, you are an artist in every sense of the word. A wonderful ability of yours is to convey a narrative through the use of your voice. My attention was completely captivated. To your credit, it is the choice." In addition, Noel Ramirez had given a remarkable performance, demonstrating his deep and passionate tone with a rendition of Chris Stapleton's song, "Fire Away." The performance that Christina gave, on the other hand, was remarkable due to the fire and passion that she brought to the stage. When it came time for Snoop to make his choice, the coach contemplated the situation for a while before making his choice. "This is difficult, all of you," he remarked, appearing to be on the verge of tears. "I couldn't be more pleased with both of you, because you both brought your A-game. But when it comes down to it, I have no choice but to side with the artist who I believe has the potential to take it all the way." Following an extended period of silence, Snoop smiled and then on to say, "The artist I'm moving forward with is Christina." The room exploded in cheers as Christina's face lit up with a variety of emotions, including relief and delight. After giving Noah a hug and uttering some words of support, she turned her attention to Snoop, who greeted her with a proud smile and a fist bump. Reactions from behind the scenes. Christina, who was still riding the high of her performance, was still in the backstage area. The emotions of joy that were welling up in her eyes were accompanied by the words, "This feels like a dream." I am extremely thankful that I was given the opportunity to work with Snoop, who has been an outstanding mentor. The song has a great deal of significance for me, and I just wanted to give it my best effort. Snoop, on the other hand, was unable to refrain from congratulating her. He remarked that Christina was the genuine article. In addition to having a beautiful voice, she also has a strong stage presence. There is no question that this is a winning mix. Take a look ahead. Christina has established herself as a formidable candidate for the live playoffs, now that she has successfully won the knockout competition. Fans are already talking about her potential to go all the way, and many of them are pointing to her ability to regularly give performances that are show-stopping as her greatest asset. The words "Christina Eagle is a force to be reckoned with" were spoken by Snoop. I can't wait to find out what she has in store for us next. For the sake of the world, get ready. Christina, on the other hand, is prepared to continue to challenge herself. She stated, "This is just the beginning of everything. I am going to give it my all and make the most of this great experience. I am going to give it everything I have." If her performance in Knockout is any indicator, then Christina Eagle is embarking on a journey that will lead her to greatness, and the entire world is watching. When Austyns Stancil, a vocal dynamo from Nashville, Tennessee, who is 25 years old, was getting ready to take the stage on The Voice Season 26 Knockouts, the stakes were extremely high. Austyn had already established himself as a notable member of Team Snoop due to the fact that his voice is known for being able to defy categorization and incorporate parts of soul, rock, and pop. His rendition of Sam Cooke's "A Change Is Gonna Come" in the blind audition resulted in him being given a 4-chair turn, and his battle rounds duet of "Rolling in the Deep" left fans begging for more. In the knockouts, Austyn was confronted with his greatest challenge to date, delivering a solo performance that would surpass the abilities of his gifted colleague, Elena Carter, who is a folk pop sensation who has a penchant for telling stories that are emotionally charged. Selection of the song "Are You Gonna Go My Way" by Lenny Kravitz was the one that Austyn decided to perform for his knockout performance. Although the song's high-energy, rock-driven mood was a departure from the genre of heartfelt ballads that Austyn often performs, he was anxious to demonstrate his versatility. During rehearsals, Austyn remarked, "I wanted to pick something bold while she was performing. It is my intention to demonstrate that I am more than just a soulful balladeer by performing this song, which is all about charisma and fire. My goal is to bring the fire to you." It would have been impossible for his coach, Snoop Dogg, to contain his enthusiasm. Snoop remarked that Austyn possesses the qualities of a star. "This song is a beast, but he has the pipes, the swagger, and the soul to slay it," the singer said. I challenged him by saying, "Don't just sing it, own it." Rehearsals, getting into the rhythm of you. On the other hand, rehearsals were not devoid of difficulties. Austyn was forced to step outside of his comfort zone as a result of the song's demanding vocal lines and fast-paced structure. "This is a different kind of workout for my voice," Austyn said with a chuckle. On the other hand, Snoop was unconcerned. I told him, "This isn't just about hitting the notes, it's about helping the audience feel what you're going through." Because Austyn has that innate ability to connect with others, I had no doubt that he would eventually find his rhythm. At the end of the last rehearsal, Austyn had successfully captured the thrilling intensity of the song. He had added his own soulful touch to the tune and had nailed a vocal riff that was inspired by guitar, which caused Snoop to smile from ear to ear during the performance. The show in question. After Austyn made her entrance onto the stage, the atmosphere became tense and intense. He appeared to be a rock star in every sense of the word, as he was dressed in a leather jacket, ripped trousers and combat boots. An authentic rock and roll atmosphere was created by the stage design, which featured flashing lights in red and gold. Additionally, a live band was performing in support of him. As soon as the first chord was played, Austyn stepped into the song with a commanding presence. "I was born from a very long time ago. I am the one who has been chosen." The humming rhythm of the drums and guitar was overcome by the raw and strong quality of his voice, which had an edge that pierced through the music. When Austyn strutted across the stage, his moves were perfectly synchronized with the music, and the audience was immediately captivated. They cheered and clapped during his performance. Austyn's enthusiasm was contagious by the time he reached the chorus he was singing. "Are you going to travel in my direction? And I have to know." Because he incorporated his distinctive soulful runs into the song while also drawing inspiration from the song's rock roots, he was able to create a performance that was both timeless and contemporary. His command of the melody was flawless, and the vocal nuances he brought to the high-octane track added a layer of depth. By personally addressing the audience during the instrumental break, Austyn elevated the performance to a higher level than it had previously taken. In response to his call, the crowd erupted in shouts and waved their hands in the air. "Come on, y'all, let's make some noise," he said. During the bridge, Austyn shifted from gritty belts to soft falsettos in a seamless manner, demonstrating his versatile vocal range. His ability to traverse the nuances of the song while simultaneously keeping a connection with the audience was one of the most impressive things he had ever accomplished. At the point in the performance where it reached its peak, Austyn delivered a high and sustained note that sent the audience to their knees. After that, he finished with a triumphant pose, breathing heavily but grinning with confidence as the crowd jumped to their feet in a huge standing ovation. Reactions from the coaches. Snoop Dogg was genuinely moved, as evidenced by his shaking of his head in astonishment and his exuberant applause from the crowd. At the moment when it was his chance to talk, he screamed, "Man, Austyn, you just killed it. What you just saw was more than just a performance, it was a show. You were the one who brought attitude, soul, and energy to the table. It is precisely this that I am referring to." Another coach, Gwen Stefani, was struck by the same level of admiration. She remarked, "Austyn, you are nothing short of a rock star. You have taken a song that is already well known and made it your own original work. I can't believe how much control you have over the stage." All during the entire thing, I was on the edge of my seat. Even though she is known for her critical remarks, Reba McEntire had nothing but praise to offer. She responded by saying, "Austyn, you are the real deal. You have this wonderful ability to combine different genres and make it appear as though it is effortless. That was an absolutely fantastic performance. I can't believe it." Michael Bublé, who is known for his crooning, continued by saying, "Austyn, that was phenomenal. You found a song that is all about swagger and turned it into something that is soulful and genuine. Your abilities are without bounds. It is the choice." There was a hauntingly lovely rendition of Joni Mitchell's "A Case of You" that was performed by Elena Carter. Her performance highlighted her ethereal voice and the emotional depth she possesses. The concert was absolutely magnificent, but the tremendous intensity and vocal prowess that Austyn displayed left an indelible imprint on the audience. A big breath was taken by Snoop when it was time for him to make his decision. Both of the competitors were addressed by him as he said, "This is difficult. You guys have incredible talent, and I couldn't be more pleased with you. But I have no choice but to go with the artist who I believe has the potential to take this thing to the next level." As Snoop turned his attention to Austyn, he smiled and commented, "Austyn, you are my pick." As Austyn's face lighted up with a variety of emotions, Including relief and delight, the studio erupted in shouts. He gave Elena a hug and thanked her for her outstanding performance before coming over to Snoop, who greeted him with a proud handshake and a fist bump. It was a great moment for both of them. Reactions from behind the scenes. Backstage, after the concert, Austyn was still vibrating with excitement. In spite of the fact that his voice was still raspy from the exertion, he stated, "I feel like I left it all out there. It is a dream come true, and I am very thankful to Snoop for having faith in me during this entire process." Snoop, on the other hand, made it impossible for him to quit praising him. It was he who declared, "Austyn possesses that star power." To put it simply, he possesses the voice, the stage presence, and the drive. Without a question, that is a great combination. Take a look ahead. Following his victory in the knockout, Austyn is now considered to be one of the most formidable competitors going into the live playoffs. Fans are already speculating that he could be able to make it all the way, citing his capacity to combine different genres and connect with the audience as his best talents. Austyn, on the other hand, is prepared to continue demanding more of himself. He stated, "This is just the beginning of the process. I want to continue to amaze people and demonstrate to them who I am as an artist on a consistent basis. I'm in it to win it," she said. It is safe to say that Austyns Stancil is a formidable opponent, and the other competitors had best be prepared for him if his performance in Knockout is any indicator.